One of the most wonderful things about the internet right now is that it enables people to do so much more, including making money regardless of your age, where you come from, or even who you are.
Of course!
And thanks to this, not only have I been able to make quite a bit of money online, but I'm also able to create videos like this to share my tips with you.
Nice!
So here are my top 9 methods for making money that work especially well if you're a student or a teenager that I've been doing myself.
It's showtime!
So the very first method I want to introduce that I've been doing more as a fun side hustle is actually e-commerce. And specifically, I've actually been flipping certain items that I've gotten from eBay and or things that I actually own from my childhood. And to show you my earnings from the past few months, we'll see that I actually earn on the top left here 36,307 of this particular currency, which is not US dollars. But if we convert it to US dollars, we'll see that it actually equals about almost 1,300 US dollars, which is actually quite decent considering the very little amount of effort I put into this and the fact that I'm sort of doing it as a, again, fun side hustle.
Right.
Not to mention, my strategy is actually quite simple and should work for a variety of franchises and niches, but my niche is actually specifically based on the recent Pokemon cards trend, which as you probably know, exploded in popularity because of influencers like Logan Paul making videos, as well as a lot of people sort of flocking back into the hobby towards the end of 2020. And my primary strategy here is that I would flip cards that I find on eBay or other e-commerce platforms for good deals, or occasionally I also sell some of the cards I collected during my childhood. Now the key to succeeding with this type of flipping venture is to know the types of products you're selling really well. For example, because I collected Pokemon cards as a kid, I know which types of cards are rarer, more collectible, and are better deals. And that's precisely why I think this type of side hustle or business works particularly well for students and teenagers, because they seem to be the most in touch with current hobbies, collectibles, and trends. Now, in terms of how to set up and sell products online, there are fortunately several relatively easy ways to do so. For example, over here we have a really popular and free platform called Shopee that allows people to create stores quite easily. But creating a store on eBay could be a decent alternative as well, although you will be competing against other eBay sellers. So alternatively, a more advanced version of this would be to host your own store on a platform like Shopify and even promote your store through social media or other platforms like YouTube, such as what this person here does with his Instagram page, and you can definitely go and check out this example if you're interested.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
And with that, moving on to our next method, which is actually an alternate way to sell things online with a very low barrier to entry, we have print on demand. And essentially what it is uploading your own digital images onto different types of merch to sell, such as t-shirts, caps, mugs, posters, stickers, etc. And the great thing about this method is that a lot of these websites like Redbubble actually fulfill everything for you, in that they actually produce the merch for you and they ship it out to your customers, and they also allow you to set up a storefront on which to sell some of these items. Now, if you're new to print on demand, I highly recommend using a website called Redbubble to list your products, because it has its own thriving marketplace where people can go on to search for the types of merch they want, like stickers, and Redbubble also works really well with recent trends. Now, to help you target these trends, you can actually use a third-party website called Redbubble Popular Tags, which gets updated every Monday with some of the most popular search terms on the platform, which means you can actually refer to this to create and target some of the latest and most popular trends. And to create designs to list and sell on Redbubble, you can use any design software that you prefer, or you can just use a website called Canva, which is completely free, where you can actually just use some of their images and templates to create your designs for different types of merch, right? And as for copyright, you'll actually want to preferably get images from, on the left here, you'll see 2 tabs for Pexels and Pixabay. Any images you grab from Pexels or Pixabay are usually going to be legal for you to put up for sale. And for another popular print-on-demand platform alternative to Redbubble, Teespring here can be great for setting up your own storefront, especially if you have your own social media page that you'll link this to, or your YouTube channel, and you'll see a lot of influencers who do this. And if you want to check out some step-by-step tutorials for print-on-demand, I'll link some of them down below in the description box that'll show you not only how to target winning designs, but also create your own designs, list them, and promote them all for free. Next, moving on to method number 3 for making money online, we have a somewhat lesser known method of utilizing Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. And while this platform is typically a way for especially writers to publish their own books onto the Amazon marketplace and have Amazon actually fulfill those books similar to print on demand, where they would actually print those books for you and all you have to do is to upload your templates and your writing. For example, there are certain websites you can utilize that will allow you to generate puzzles like Sudoku puzzle books, maze puzzle books, and crossword puzzle books that you can just upload the digital files for onto Amazon. And if people actually order these books from you, Amazon will again fulfill everything for you, all completely for free, perhaps just taking a small cut off your sale, but that doesn't mean you have to pay anything, right? So all you have to do is upload those files and Amazon will actually do all the stuff, producing the book, printing everything, as well as mailing and shipping out the stuff to your customers. And as for the websites you can use to create these low content books, BookBolt is probably the most useful one because it actually gives you a bunch of free templates, as you can see right here, and you can even customize the dimensions as well. So you can choose from all these different templates, such as ones for notebook, paper, different types of to-do lists and trackers and things like that you can all use to create different types of books. Or you can even mix and match different types of pages to create your interior of your book. And as for the exterior of your book, as in the cover of your book, you can definitely just use Canva to do them.
Just do it!
Now, for even more and better options for generating these low content books to sell on Amazon, there's actually a feature within BookBolt called PuzzleWiz that actually, as its name implies, generates for you different types of puzzles that you can also customize, such as Sudoku, crosswords, word searches, etc. And the cool thing is that they're actually constantly updating their portfolio to add even more types of puzzles into the mix. And for example, here we have some Sudoku pages that were generated from PuzzleWiz. So as you can see, they do indeed look quite professional and thus sellable. And if I scroll down below, they even provide solutions for each of the pages, which is great, right? And so all you have to do in addition to this would be to create your covers, which do have to be of certain dimensions, and you also have to make the bridge of the book, which is the side portion of the book, but that can all easily be done using Canva with the right dimensions. And if you check out my tutorial below, I'll show you exactly how to do all this, put everything together, upload them onto Amazon KDP for sale. Plus, if you actually want to try out PuzzleWiz yourself, you can feel free to comment down below and I'll pick out one lucky winner to get 1 month of PuzzleWiz for free. On to the next method, we have my bread and butter and also my favorite, and that is starting a YouTube channel. And the reason it's my favorite and also my top recommendation here is that YouTube is very monetizable.
I love gold!
And you can also create content based on what you enjoy, right? Such as your hobbies.
My hobbies.
And using myself as an example, I actually started YouTube completely as a hobby with this video gaming channel, but when it started actually gaining traction and earning me quite a bit of money, it really motivated me to go a lot harder on some of my other channels. And even if you don't necessarily have that much time to create YouTube videos, it can still be an excellent side hustle because, again, coming back to my example, I used to work a super busy full-time job, even having to work nights sometimes, but by just putting out a video every week or even every 2 weeks, I was still able to get a decent amount of traffic to my videos and also earn a significant amount of side income. So if you want to learn more about how to turn your hobbies into a profitable YouTube side hustle or more, you can check out my free ebook that I'll link down below. And plus, I recently also released a course on which you can actually check out 2 free preview lessons before you even purchase anything. So you can also consider that as well. And lastly, I also have tons of free videos on my YouTube channel that showcase different types of easy YouTube channels anybody can start.
Trust me.
Moving on, another type of platform that I think works really well, especially for students and teenagers, is social media. And the reason that I think it works well is, again, coming back to the fact that teenagers and students are very much in touch with the most current pop culture, current events, hobbies, and so on and so forth. And out of the few social media platforms you can make money on, I would say that Instagram is likely the king due to how popular it is, and also the potential for sort of explosive growth. And also the fact that you can have links in your bio, which you can then link to some of the other monetization methods that we mentioned, like selling digital products like print-on-demand products like merch, or even like ebooks and other things like promoting your YouTube channel, for example. And one still effective way to grow and monetize an Instagram page would be to create some kind of niche page, right? For which you don't necessarily even have to take your own pictures or create your own pictures, in that you can actually repost a lot of pictures from other popular pages and viral posts that you find from perhaps elsewhere like Reddit. And by consistently posting quality pictures and even video clips in your niche and also utilizing the right hashtags, plus interacting with pages that like other pages in your niche or are in your niche, you'll definitely see some growth to your Instagram page. Plus, a new feature to definitely pay attention to on Instagram is that they're actually starting to monetize IGTV videos through ads, similar to how YouTube videos work, right? So in the future, IGTV and Instagram could actually become somewhat of a competitor, or at least an alternative, because you can actually create videos on both platforms pretty much simultaneously to YouTube. So you should definitely keep an eye on that. And speaking of creating these short videos, another platform that I think can be quite worthwhile is TikTok, especially since you can create these short videos using the platform quite easily and edit them, and then you can actually upload the same video onto Instagram and more recently YouTube, because YouTube also rolled out its new YouTube Shorts feature, right, which actually features these longer dimension video clips optimized for phones. Plus, one advantage that TikTok has is that it actually has a very high chance of a video going viral, even if you have 0 subscribers. And to monetize TikTok, you can first of all utilize a similar strategy to Instagram, where you have links in your bio that lead to whatever you want to promote or sell, like digital products, merch, etc. Or if anything, you can also use TikTok's virality or the traffic that you get from TikTok to drive that traffic to other more monetizable platforms like YouTube.
It'll be easy as 1, 2.
Moving on to the next method, we have freelancing, which can nowadays be done largely online as well. And this includes pretty much anything that people need help with, as long as you have the skills to provide. And nowadays, you can actually use popular websites like Fiverr and Upwork to actually do this. By the way, on Fiverr itself, and there are again other websites you can do this with, but on Fiverr, you can actually list up to 7 different gigs and make money from each of them at once, even as a beginner seller. And so my suggestion would be to comb through the different categories on Fiverr to look for different types of work that you might be interested in. And in my opinion, there really are a lot of gigs that are suitable for teenagers and students as well, from tutoring to coaching in certain video games even, and also designing social media posts or managing social media pages, and the list actually continues on. And on to our 8th method, we have another one that has quite a bit of potential for earning you passive income, and that is starting a blog or a website. And there are indeed several ways to make money with a website, especially if you can get it to index on a search engine like Google. First, and similar to YouTube, you can also apply for Google AdSense to have it place ads automatically on your page so that when people visit it and see those ads, you'll actually earn some money. And aside from that, a website can also be a great way to promote other ways you might be making money with, like freelancing gigs, digital products like merch, or even social media platforms or YouTube channels that are also monetized themselves. And nowadays, starting up a website is actually easier than ever. For example, on my website, you can actually go through how to use WordPress and Bluehost to host your own URL and your website using the WordPress creator, or alternatively, you can take to Google's own Blogger platform, which allows you to also customize your site, especially for a blogging type website, that also allows for easy integration to Google AdSense. By the way, Blogger from Google is completely free to use, and alongside yet another Google platform called Google Sites, both of these also, because they actually belong to Google, allow your site to be more likely indexed on their search engine.
It's nice.
And finally, last but not least, if you want to take the money you've earned to help you make even more money, then you should do some investing, which is something that I believe everybody should learn even at a young age. And fortunately, especially in the last few years, investing has also become a lot more accessible with the rise of free brokerage platforms like Robinhood. Just be very careful not to invest or trade in anything that you don't really understand, lest you lose your hard-earned money. And if you'd like to learn more about investing, I personally have another channel that talks about it, and there are plenty of other YouTube channels that give out great financial education like Graham Stephan and Andre Geek, just to name a couple. And those are, in my opinion, some of the best ways to make money online, especially as a student or a teenager. Remember, you can check out my free YouTube ebook that you can download using the first link below, and I also have my YouTube course that you can check out 2 free lessons of. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.